welcome to my channel. For today's video, because Skylar, she just like,
did you really just talk over my
she like flipped her head because she saw I started recording. But welcome to my channel. For today's video, if you already read the title, it's gonna be a 30-week pregnancy update, which means finally the countdown, 10 more weeks left until baby's here. Technically 7 to 10 weeks, depending on when the baby's born. There's not really much of an update aside from my last video, or like I mentioned did I mention it? Yeah, on my last video I mentioned about the pains I was having on my pelvic bone and my hips, which turns out that I guess, I'm trying to remember the exact words that the chiropractor said, but I guess I was like aligned or crooked, like it was out of place, especially my left side. So I'll be going to, I already had 2 appointments now for him to try to I guess put that back in place if that makes any sense. And from the pelvic pain, it's like, but yeah, so the pelvic pains, which sometimes feels like it's literally like my pelvic bone like falling apart, or it's almost like a burning or like a sharp pain kind of feeling. He said I guess it's like this certain hormone that my body is releasing, which is like makes all my ligaments like flexible or loosen up, something like that, which is what causes the pain. And the pain's not gonna wait until it's not gonna go away until after I give birth. So 10 or so more weeks of this pain. And so far right now I just keep going to my appointments of him just trying to, like, I guess my left side of my hip or pelvic bone, trying to get it back into place. And then he showed me some exercises as well that can help to minimize the pain, but it won't take it away completely. But I mean, I'll take whatever I can get for now to help with the pain, because it is really bad. Like it's makes it really hard with getting out of bed, with like any kind of like bending down movements, or like where you have to put your legs apart, which you never realize how much you need your legs until they hurt. But yeah, so that's what's been going on so far body wise. Just recently, like 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? No, yesterday I started to with like this weird pain on my, like, I think it's called like the tailbone. Is that what it is? Like the tailbone, like the little round bone part, like all the way at the end of your spine. I don't know why, it's weird. It hurts, like if I'll be sitting down all of a sudden, like it'll start hurting. And a little bit of like lower back pain, but it's not as bad. I feel like the most painful thing going on right now is like the pelvic and the hip area. But yeah, and then I started recently noticing too that, like, I feel like from one day to another, like my boobs just were and then also too I started realizing, because they started getting like really itchy, because me, I tend to have very small boobs, and then all of a sudden they go like really big in like a week or two, and then which makes it like really itchy and uncomfortable. And then I started noticing too, I already started like leaking, so I'm gonna have to start getting pads soon, because if you guys don't know, this is my 4th baby, and then all 3 of my other babies, I've been able to like breastfeed them all. I'm like a cow pretty much. Well, my mom and sister say I'm a cow from how much milk I get. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the changes so far, like body wise. And and another thing too is I've been struggling to sleep lately. Like any little noise kind of wakes me up, or I'll be having like, I have very vivid dreams. When I'm pregnant, it's actually one of my very first symptoms. So when I get pregnant, it's like very, just the dreams feel so real. So even like there'll be nightmares or just any kind of dream, and they wake me up in the middle of the night. I also struggle to get comfortable at night, because Jasper loves to shove himself like on my ribs, and then nighttime is usually when he's kicking the most. So it's really, really hard to get comfortable at night. I'll wake up about, I want to say maybe 5 to 8 times a night. Sometimes I'll like wake up and like look around the room and then go back to sleep, but then other times it takes me a little while to get comfortable again and then fall asleep again. But yeah, I guess. Also too, I feel like I'm finally at that stage where like he's really on my lungs, so I feel like I can't really breathe. Like I'll be doing, like, I'll get so embarrassed because sometimes I'll be doing like a simple task like fixing the blankets or like bending down to pick up a toy or something, and then I'll start like breathing like really heavily, which makes me feel like, I don't know, it's just really uncomfortable. What happened? Oh, let me fix it for you. There you go. You don't want to watch this? Okay. You want something else? You have Boogie? Yeah. But yeah, so struggling with that. And then aside from that though, I've been like looking at my belly and it doesn't look like I've been getting any other stretch marks aside from the ones I've already had, because I have like some but like really down low, which I don't think I've gotten any new ones. It just looks like it's just the same ones pretty much. I don't really get itchy on my belly. It's just more like my boob area, like down here, where it's like all stretchy, where it feels really itchy. I'm trying to think of like other things. Oh, another weird thing too that I didn't get with my last 2 pregnancies was I get like this weird metal taste in my mouth, like just randomly. Like I could be eating or not eating, and then I'll get like a weird taste. And then at first I thought I was like, oh, like it was probably something else, but then I looked it up and I guess it's a symptom. It's like a normal symptom when you're pregnant, something about your hormones and stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of sucks when you're eating because it's like a weird taste. So like it'll, like whatever I'm eating, it kind of like grosses me out in a sense. But yeah, I'm trying to think of like anything else, like any other changes. I asked Chris if there's like anything else that he's noticed, and then just like my mood's up and down. Yeah, I feel like sometimes too, especially more like I'm already emotional as it is, and then my hormones just kind of like throw it up in the air. Like I'll be watching a movie or something, and then I'll start crying, or Chris will like talk to me or say something like in a different tone, and then I'll get all sad and then start crying because I feel like he's being mean, or which usually I'll be like but yeah, definitely a lot more emotional. And another thing I've noticed too is like I'm already as it is, I like to have things like in the house clean and everything, but when I'm pregnant, I feel like that just kind of like goes overboard, and I want to be like cleaning at all times. I don't know if that has to do with the pregnancy, because I feel like it kind of hit after the second pregnancy a lot more with like the whole, I don't want to say like OCD because it's not like that, but like in a sense where like if it's something's out of place, like I can't just leave it, I have to go and fix it, put it back in place, if that makes sense. Does that have to do with pregnancy, you think? Or like nesting? Because these days that's how I am, but I feel like after I had my first child, I could still have like a room. Like I remember a room being a mess and it didn't bother me. But then after having our second child, I remember giving birth, and that same day, like after I gave birth, I was like up on my feet, like cleaning my room, like at the hospital where I delivered, which was weird. And ever since, I feel like, I don't know, just things have to be clean. And then yeah, if you guys been watching my videos, you can probably tell like every single video I've uploaded, my hair is like a different color every time. First it was like black, and then it was blue, and then it was green, and it was, yeah, now it's, I don't know what this is. I just kind of took off the color, but yeah, there's not really any new changes. As like preparing for the baby, I feel like we're pretty much set on the stuff that we need. I feel like now it's just pretty much the big stuff that we're waiting to buy, but I'm thinking we're gonna wait until March to make those purchases, like his car seat and we want to order instead of a stroller, we want to get a wagon. From the Instagram page, it's called Wonderfold. It's like a 4-seater wagon, which not with this times 2 with COVID. I saw they have like a bunch of covers where makes it easier for like the little ones who can't keep their mask on or don't want to keep their mask on, like the grocery shopping, and I'm able to have all 3 kids in the wagon and have them covered up and then still keep, if that makes sense. But I'll like show you guys a picture of it like right here, so you guys can like get an idea of what I'm talking about, because I've tried out strollers and I don't really like them. But that, and then like I said, his car seat as well is the last thing. I already know which one I'm gonna get him. I'm just waiting, pulling that off until March. And a few companies have been nice enough to send us some things for Jasper. If you guys watched my room tour, my last video, then you know, Delta Children ended up gifting us a crib along with 2 mattresses. And then I'm waiting to, because they're sending a little bath thingy for him as well. I'll show you guys right here in a picture. But aside from that, I feel like we're pretty much set, aside from just like typical just diapers and wipes. I mean, I feel like after so many kids, you kind of realize what you really need and what you don't need, so it just makes it a lot easier. But yeah, we're pretty much, I feel pretty ready for him. Hopefully he stays in there at least until his due date. It doesn't come out earlier. And yeah, I think that's all for this video. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys a bump update to show you guys what it looks like now, because I feel like, are you gonna go in? The jackets, Skylar's jacket right there, because I feel like he's grown pretty big. But let me show you guys real quick. So yeah, I'm wearing a dress. It's pretty much the only thing that's really comfortable nowadays, a dress or like the really loose sweatpants, because this baby, he feels like really low, like all the way down here, you can tell. So like all my pants, like I can't put it above, it feels too tight, but if I put it down low, it also feels way too tight. But this is what the bump is. Look, oh, okay baby, careful. But this is what the bump is looking like. It's getting pretty big and makes me pretty anxious to meet him very soon. Ow! Ow! But yeah, that's pretty much all for this 30-week pregnancy update. I feel like this is like my most painful pregnancy so far. Like body-wise, it's just really painful, and it's been hard being pregnant and being a stay-at-home mom, especially during these times with the pandemic as well, because it's very lonely. It's hardly any places that we're able to go out, especially because we live in such a busy area, so there's tend to be a lot of people like all like together at once, and it makes me really uncomfortable because I just don't want to risk getting sick or getting my kids sick, and especially Chris, I don't want him to get sick either. So it's just been very isolating, and I'm running out of ideas and things to do at home with the girls, and going out by myself with them is kind of hard, especially with all the pains that I mentioned. It's just I can't, sorry, my body just like can't handle walking for such long periods of times, and then sometimes I have to like be chasing after Skylar, which can get really tiring. And Chris is a huge help, but he does work most of the time 6 days a week all day long, and yeah, sometimes be able to go out. But aside from that, I will be having new videos coming up soon. I know I kind of stopped uploading for a little bit. I wasn't feeling my best, so I just stopped recording. But videos will be back. Hopefully 2 to 3 videos a week. That's my goal. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Let me know if you guys have any other video ideas or questions you have, anything at all. I'll make sure that I tag my social medias down below if you guys would like to keep up a little bit more my life in general. And if you're also a mom, let me know. I'd love to follow you back. I would love to meet more moms. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, it's gonna be all, and I'm just rambling on now. So bye. I'll see you guys in the next one.